Hello, everybody. All right, my name is Mitch. I've met many of you. We're either Facebook friends or we're connected through mutual friends. So I'm making this video here because it's about time that I really start talking about this. There's a software that I had heard about. It was 7 months ago, and it's called TechnoTutor. And I had initially found out about it from a guy who's now become a very good friend of mine. His name's Kian. And I met Kian back in August at a GIN event, which is Global Information Network. It's like a success club. And there's this event in Denver. And I was eating breakfast one morning at this event, and this guy walks past me. I'm like, God, he's got to be here for the GIN event. Like, I got to talk to that guy. Right? I got to see there's something about him. You ever meet people where you just can sense it's like the presence or there's something about this guy? So I go over, introduce myself, I'm like, hey, Kian. Or I just said, hey, my name is Mitch. He's like, yeah, I'm Kian. I say, well, what do you do? I said, well, first I said, are you here for GIN? And then I said, what do you do? He's like, well, yeah, I'm an investor and I'm part of this education technology company. We're called TechnoTutor. And my first gut response was like, what is a TechnoTutor? I don't know what that is. I don't know if I want that. Sounds like it's kind of from the 90s. Sounds kind of confusing. Is it like a calculator? Like, this is all my inner narrative. I'm like, it reminded me of like the T-84 calculators or something. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, what is that? He said, oh, just like come, like we're gonna present it on Sunday. Just come check it out. And then, he just kept telling me about different things he does with investing, and I'm like, huh, interesting, okay. And I almost didn't go to the presentation on Sunday, but I did. I did out of respect to Kian, and I met Asif and like 4 other people at this event who are these are successful entrepreneurs, not just entrepreneurs who are wanting to be entrepreneurial, but like these are guys who are accredited investors, they have access to deals, they really know how money works, and they are insanely effective and articulate in expressing themselves. So then I'm at this presentation on Sunday, and I was absolutely blown away because I had always known that the rate at which technology is changing, like our economy is going into the 21st century, but our education rates are horrible. Like, we're so screwed. Like, over 30 million adults in America can't read. Do you realize the magnitude of that? That's over 10% of our population can't even read. And we wonder why, politics gets people so divided because they're like, oh, Trump this, Trump that. It's like, whether you're pro-Trump or against Trump, it doesn't matter. Do you understand why people are being reactive and can't even logically approach situations? It's because they don't have the vocabulary. They don't even know how to process information. So I was seeing this and I was like, okay, this is making a lot of sense. Like, we really need to have some sort of solution for the fact that our education system is very broken. It's very, very broken. Like, reading rates right now in America are even worse than they were in the early 90s. And we're entering a world where automation and AI is coming to replace accountants, all the cars. They're going to be self-driving cars. Let's even say it's 10 years out before Uber has self-driving cars. Well, every single person who thinks they have job security right now, driving an Uber, good luck with that, right? So, but I don't want to live in a world where I would fear going outside. Right? I don't want to live in a world where when I have kids, that I'm afraid of my kids to go outside, for them to go outside because of, like, we all know desperate times call for desperate measures. And when people feel like they don't have options with their work, people resort to desperate measures, whether it be crime, drugs, lashing out, all sorts of things. And so I know it's my responsibility to actually create a world where we can repurpose people's work and create a better future. So this was all over one weekend in August that this really became clear to me. And I'm like a very goal-driven person. I run a couple businesses and I'm just always, thinking about my goals, refining them. And the thing that really attracted me and sold me on getting TechnoTutor was I would spend at least 30 minutes every day writing out like affirmations, if you want to call them that, or just like, who do I want to be? What is my self-image? What are my goals? Like, what are the steps? And I would just write it down in my journal. But I'd spend at least 30 minutes a day. And it was kind of working, but not really. And then Kian and another guy, Gavin and David, all said, hey, you should just use TechnoTutor just throw it in, because what TechnoTutor, I'll just call it TT, what TT is doing is it's using a specific technology to reprogram your unconscious. So it's getting information, whatever information you want, to the unconscious. This is why it works so freaking good for educating kids. And in the mainstream, that's what TechnoTutor is for. It's for educating kids and teenagers and really all of us to get us an effective education, grade 1 through 12, plus university and beyond. We added the Harvard Law program. We have the whole Harvard Medical program. So if you wanted to learn chemistry, biology, psychology, that comes preloaded. And then there's this smaller subset of us that actually use TechnoTutor as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as people who want to create more for themselves, because we all realize you're either growing or you're dying. If you stop education around, like, let's say you went to college, by the last year of college, if you're like, oh, I got my degree, I'm good. It's like, no, you're not. You're not ready for a world where there's unprecedented disruption and it's only going to compound. Plus now all this shit like coronavirus and all these outbreaks where there's like mass hysteria, and then people post stuff on Facebook and everyone's operating out of fear. Well, I'm going to stand as a source of reason